Threats.
I'll smash his head.
Anger.
Get out of here!
Desperation.
I can't pay it.
What happens when debt
You think you can tear my family apart?
tracks you down?
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
Whoa!
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
I've had a fortune in the past, everything's gone.
Because if you can't pay,
All I did was look after Dad.
they'll take it away. Research has shown that more than 80% of small and medium-sized businesses are owed, on average, over £60,000 in unpaid invoices. 1 in 5 businesses say they are losing profits as a direct result of late payments. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball travel hundreds of miles each week across the West Midlands, collecting debts and seizing goods.
What number is it, mate?
141.
Today they're in Birmingham to recover a debt of more than £12,000 owed by shopkeeper Noman Chauhan to one of his suppliers. If Mr. Chauhan can't or won't pay, Gary and Matt have the power to seize stock from his accessory shop to offset the debt.
Morning.
Oh, you're expecting me?
I was actually. I was going to give you guys a call today.
Oh, cracking. Mr. Chauhan?
Yes, that's me, Mr. Chauhan.
No, man, yes. Hello, sir. My name's Mr. Highway, my High Court enforcement agent. We're here today, sir, with the outstanding writ to collect an outstanding sum of £12,780.
See, I'm not sure who I've spoken to, but like,
9 pence.
he used to be my dad's shop just down the road, 2 doors away.
Right.
So the debt was actually for that business that closed, I think, 4 years ago.
Right.
I don't know, for some reason they put my name on there.
Yeah.
I actually used to work there. I was studying at the time.
Okay.
I just used to help out. Obviously, it's my dad's business.
The writ is against you personally.
I've actually spoken to the Northampton County Court, basically.
Right.
I'm just waiting for the call.
Right.
They were supposed to appoint to stand or slide over. I think it was...
Yeah, that'll be for an application to set aside the writ.
Mr. Chauhan says it's his father and not him who owes the money, and that he's appealed the case. But the writ is against Noman Chauhan, trading as Chauhan. And the agents have enough evidence to believe that they're in the right place.
So we're here to execute the writ. So there's outstanding balance of £12,782.79. Otherwise, we will be taking control of goods.
It's not my debt, mate. I'll be honest with you.
So I only have one question for you. Can you pay the outstanding
I
balance?
can't.
Okay, so we're here to seize goods then, sir.
Yeah, just give me a second. Let me just speak to my...
I'm looking at the side.
While Mr. Chauhan calls his father, the agents start to look around the shop for goods they could seize if there's no offer of payment. Matt immediately spots some car keys. But his actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Mate, you want to give my keys back to me, please?
No, at the minute they're seized, sir.
Well, they're not seized because it's not my car. It's a company car. Give me my keys.
No, at the moment they're seized.
Give me my car keys.
No, at the
Don't come in here.
moment they're seized, sir.
Give me my car keys, mate.
No,
Give me
at
my
the
car
moment
keys.
they're
Don't lend your
seized.
keys.
They're seized. Can I have my writ back?
Don't
Thank
lend
you.
your keys, mate.
Thanks so much.
What's wrong with you, man? Seriously? I'm trying to explain something to you, yeah? It's got nothing to do with me.
I've listened to your explanation, but it doesn't make any sense. When enforcing a writ, we can see from experience if people's tensions are rising. You can see it in the way they're acting, their gestures, the way they're behaving, the volume of their voice. We're constantly of a calm manner all the way through the enforcement. We don't raise our voice, we don't shout and scream. That's not what we're there to do. We're there to calm the issue back down again and get on with what we're there to do.
As Mr. Chauhan says he can't pay, Gary heads out to find his car. But all he's got to go on is a Mercedes keyring.
Search for a Mercedes. Ah, there we are. It looks a nice Mercedes. 14 plate, E220.
If the car is free of finance, it can be seized to offset the debt. Gary heads back to the shop to do a finance check.
Good morning, Derek.
Good morning. Can you put me through someone to do a HPI check, please? Yeah. Is it a fleet car, is it?
The car is on a lease agreement. As it isn't owned outright by Mr. Chauhan, it can't be seized. Now the agent's only option is to remove stock from the shop. But because the jewellery and shoes are of low value, they will have to take almost all of it to come anywhere close to clearing the £12,000 debt. Matt calls the office to authorise removal.
We're at the property at the moment. It's a shop selling Asian jewellery and shoes. There's absolutely no chance of payment, so we're going to be looking at removal stage, mate, on it.
Mr. Chauhan still seems reluctant to cooperate with the agents. As they start to pack up the assets, Mr. Chauhan suddenly closes the shutters and walks out, leaving an assistant behind to mind the shop.
I can't believe they've just gone. Or maybe they're at the bank withdrawing 12,000. You never know, do you? Stranger things have happened.
Gary, I found a lovely set for you here.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
My weekend attire.
I think they call them a pendant drop.
Oh, a pendant drop?
Don't know how I know that, but...
Suddenly, the shop assistant hands Matt her phone.
Hello? Let me just take some details from you. Bear me a second. Yeah.
An official from the county court is on the line.
Obviously, at this point in time, we're executing the writ here. Can you make sure the judge is aware of that as well?
The reason for Mr. Chauhan's quick disappearance is becoming clear.
Lovely, thank you. It says the defendant is in front of me, and in the next half an hour to 45 minutes, he's going to put him in front of a judge.
It seems that Mr. Chauhan is at the county court and has secured an emergency hearing to get the writ suspended. It's an unprecedented turn of events for the agents.
I've never heard that one before.
I've never heard that one before.
Especially that quick.
It's a new one on me.
While Matt and Gary wait to hear the outcome of the emergency hearing, they have the right to continue enforcement action.
To get a court appointment on the day of enforcement, I have never seen this happen before. But you just have to deal with that. There's a legal process that we have to stick to. Unless I've got a letter from the judge, we're not going to leave. We're going to stay. And we're going to execute this High Court writ.
But what happened next would take them both by surprise. 2 hours later, Mr. Chauhan suddenly returns with two of his brothers.
Are you back?
What have you interviewed, mate?
What's happened, but...
What's happening, sir? You tell me what's happening, sir. You tell me what's happening.
Whoa!
There's a fucking idiot.
Don't touch me.
Get the fuck out. Right, okay? Get the fuck out.
Wait.
Get out. Get the fuck out, Baldy. What the fuck is saying to you? Right, you dirty bastard. Get him out of my fucking shop. Get the fuck out of my shop, you son of a bitch.
This unusual case has suddenly taken a violent turn.
The fuck are you looking at?
Oh, why, mate? Move out of the way.
It will take all of Matt and Gary's experience to get the situation back under control. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway were at an accessories shop in Birmingham to collect over £12,000 owed to a supplier by shopkeeper Noman Chauhan.
So I only have one question for you. Can you pay the outstanding balance?
Mr. Chauhan denied the debt was his,
It's got nothing to do with me.
and in an unprecedented move managed to get an on-the-spot hearing at the county court.
Half an hour to 45 minutes, he's going to put him in front of a judge.
I've never heard that one before.
But when he returned to the shop with his brothers, the situation turned violent, and Gary was assaulted.
Baldy,
Whoa!
get the fuck out of my shop, you son of a bitch. Get on me.
Move out of the way, mate.
Wait, get out.
Now, Gary and Matt have got to get this debt recovery back on track.
Can I have the police, please? My name's Gary Ball, a High Court enforcement agent. I've just been assaulted.
With the police on their way, they need to find out what's been happening at the court.
You've been to court. What did the court say?
Can you read, you stupid fuck? Can you read? You dumb fucker.
The document is confirmation that the writ has been suspended, pending a further hearing.
Take a picture of it.
Idiot. Take a picture.
Right now, what do you want?
Idiots. Use your help.
The agents aren't able to continue enforcement action today. But the men aren't calming down.
Dumb fucker, use your brain. Use your brain, you dumb bastards.
At least you remember that.
You dumb bastards.
Fucking bastard.
Dumb bastard.
Bastard. Abuse the fucker. That's a bastard. Fat bastard bailiffs.
I do this every day of the week. He doesn't concern me. He doesn't concern me. He don't worry me one bit. When insults are flowing, I don't take it personally. There isn't anything anybody could call me I've not heard before. It's just the way people react sometimes. Unfortunately, it's part of life.
20 minutes later, the police finally arrive. And Mr. Chauhan immediately leaves the shop.
The guy that's assaulted my colleague is this guy in the black T-shirt. Has tried to leave the scene. Okay, Sam.
You're telling me when...
Yeah, we called you. My name's Matthew Hire. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. It's my colleague, Mr. Ball. We've been here for a little while.
Yeah, I was doing some paperwork at the counter here. Next thing I know, I felt a punch or a slap or something in the back of my head. He grabbed me, was trying to throw me out. He's been arrested.
Yeah, he's with colleagues.
Outside, Mr. Chauhan's father arrives, just as his son is being handcuffed. He immediately starts abusing the agents himself.
Get lost.
Watch it, otherwise you'll end up getting yourself locked up as well.
You already bastard. Son of a bitch.
You're going to get yourself locked up if you carry on.
It's not nice to be assaulted. They had the result they wanted. They put a hold on the case. There was no reason whatsoever for him to come back in the way that he did and assault me. You know, they've got the letter from the judge. They could have just showed it us. We'd have took a picture and we would have left. But that's what he wanted to do, and he got arrested for it.
With the situation still volatile, the police advise Matt and Gary to leave the scene. As well as his court date to contest the debt, Mr. Chauhan could now face an assault charge.
When people start assaulting us, doing our job, then it's just not on, and we won't stand for it. And we have a policy to prosecute every time.
Got me right blind of me.
Did he?
Yeah. He just went to the back of me, blindsided me, whack.
My son can go off to jail for the night.
The number of landlords in the UK who are owed money by their tenants is on the rise, with the average amount owed exceeding £1,600. With rents predicted to rise faster than house prices over the next 5 years, rent arrears are estimated to be the biggest problem facing landlords in 2017. High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are in Bromley, South East London, with a writ to collect over £5,000 owed by Miss Frances Jackson to an ex-landlord.
This one is over unpaid rent. We're looking to collect £5,216.60.
The address is on a busy main road, protected by a security gate.
Hello, can anyone hear me? Do you think that buzzer's working?
Can't reach to knock on the door.
Nobody appears to be in. But moments later, there are signs of life.
A light's just come on in the top bedroom.
There's still no sign of Miss Jackson, so the agents change tactic.
Could we reposition the van so we're completely blocking the gates? Hopefully that'll gain some response.
The agent's move immediately pays off.
There we go. Hello, Miss Jackson. Hello, my name's Max Caraher. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Oh, yeah?
Francis, we've been sent out because you owe money totalling £5,216.60.
Yeah, I know
You know about
and
this?
I did text him and said that I was willing to pay him £50 a month.
£50 a month?
Yeah. I lost my job and I couldn't afford to stay in his house anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to move out and he was amicable. There was no nastiness. And then I got a job and I texted him and said, look, I'm offering to pay you £50 a month. At the moment, that's all I can afford to pay.
As Miss Jackson's offer of £50 a month would take 8.5 years to pay off, the landlord escalated the case to the High Court to get his money back sooner. Now Steve and Max must get this case resolved today, one way or another.
That still leaves us in the situation that we need to collect on the just over £5,000.
Well, I haven't got anything.
Have you got anybody who you can call as a lifeline?
No, That's why I offer to pay monthly.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything. That's why I'm starting from scratch to try and build myself up again.
We're commanded to come to the property to see.
My property.
Is it
I
not?
just rent a room.
Do you rent a room?
I haven't got anything. All the furniture in the room is the ladies.
Failing to collect on it, what we need to do is I have to call for removals to inspect goods in your room, see if there's anything worth us removing. It's not what I want to do at all, but I have no choice.
Mine, only my clothes. So what do you do? Take my car?
If that's my only option, then yes, I'll have to take your car.
With no means to pay and no assets in the house, the agents have no option but to seize Miss Jackson's car.
So what do I do now?
I'll probably call your employer to say that you won't be making it to work on time. My hands are tied in the matter.
No one I can get £5,000 off.
No.
Nobody I know. I bring home £1,100 a month.
Yeah.
Working 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No, don't be silly. You don't have to say sorry to me. That's all right.
all I did was give up my flat and my job to come to London and nurse my father who couldn't. It was either that or put him in a home to die, and I weren't doing that.
That's awful. Absolutely
and I
awful.
nursed him until he died, and he lived in a retirement flat.
Okay.
Once he died, we had to sell the flat and split the money with my sisters, and it wasn't a lot. And then I rented a house for a year, and then I couldn't afford to pay it, and this is what's happened.
I really do understand what you're saying. Sorry, Frankie. That is absolutely awful.
And I've got nothing. And now I rent a room, and now I haven't even been able to come.
Thank you very much.
It is hard some days, because some cases where you know that someone is genuine and they don't actually have anything, and the only thing they have is their tiny little car, which means the world to them. But to the claimant, it's just money. So sometimes it's really hard, but at the end of the day, we're still commanded to collect the money.
It's clear that since her father's illness, Frankie has fallen on hard times. But now it's not only her car she's worried about losing.
If the woman I rent this house comes down and sees this, I'm not even going to have anywhere to live.
That's ridiculous. We can move the vehicle to somewhere where she won't see the recovery.
I don't want her to know anything.
Okay, we'll move the vehicle.
The agents allow Frankie to move her car away from the driveway. But before they call recovery, Max asks her one more time whether she can raise any funds.
There is no way that you can sort this out without us.
But not
is there?
today.
What way is that?
Well, the only way I can do it is ask my boss or ask my ex, but I can't do it like right now because my brain is just...
You know what? I can see that you're shaky, and I understand.
I'm sorry, I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
That's all right. Don't panic. Take a deep breath and refocus. Have you got a couple of grand in savings?
I had.
What do you have in savings, Frankie?
£2.
Have you got any other assets?
Not anything.
Jewellery, watches?
I'm not one of them people. I just live a simple life. I've never earned the money. They're just normal people that just go to work and live on your wages. We just come from a normal working class loving family. And this is just the worst thing ever. So I'm going to have no car now. I've got nothing, not even own my own bed. I just can't take no more. All I did was look after Dad. Right now I just feel like running away.
I can tell it's a very stressful situation.
When somebody's emotional, it does have a knock-on effect on us, because we can see the situation they're in and how they are, and we still have to try and get through the job. She was a genuine, honest, hard-working person who just had a hard time.
Max and Steve have now been at the property for an hour. Even though the vehicle is only likely to raise half the £5,000 owed, seizing it is the agent's only option. Max calls for recovery.
I've got the keys to the vehicle. The only way to chip off of this debt will be removing the vehicle.
Okay, no problem. Just got retainment away.
Thanks very much for that, John. I think it really is all hitting home now that she's got High Court enforcement agents standing at her door. And unfortunately, after this, there's still going to be an outstanding amount. Taking her vehicle away is not going to help her personal situation. However, we are commanded to look from it from the claimant's point of view. There's always two sides to every story.
While the agents wait for the recovery truck to arrive, Frankie gets on the phone to her ex-partner.
How is she?
She's calmed down a bit. Her ex-partner, he's going to come and finish work and going to come and pick her up and take her off for a few days away from here.
To prevent further distress, Steve wants her to go inside before the recovery vehicle arrives.
I'll try and move the car up the road away from the house for you. You go and have yourself a cup of tea. So, I'm just trying to make sure that you're okay.
As Frankie goes inside to wait for her ex, recovery arrives to remove her car.
It's a shame we have to do it.
She changed her whole lifestyle to look after her dad, and ever since then, she's slid down and down and down, hasn't she?
I've got the keys or you got keys?
I've got the keys.
Frankie's car will be sold at auction, and the cash raised offset against the debt. The office will contact her to set up a payment plan for the rest of the balance. But if she doesn't keep up with her repayments, the agents will be back. Max and Steve have had to deal with a sensitive situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case,
You stole everything. I had £3 million.
they meet a businessman at risk of losing everything.
I don't have a home at the moment. I've had a fortune in the past. Everything's gone.
Across the UK, people living in rural communities are struggling to make ends meet. Average wages are over £4,500 lower than those in urban areas, a £1,000 increase in the gap since 2010. Matt Highway and Gary Ball are now in Wrexham, North Wales, on their way to a farm to collect over £6,000 owed to an engineering consultancy firm by builder and property developer Michael Brownrigg.
Yeah, we're off to see Mr. Michael Brownrigg, and he owes £6,611 and 51 pence.
As the agents drive into the property, they meet a vehicle coming the other way.
This might be him. Could be.
Hi, sir.
Hello, sir.
Michael Brownrigg.
I asked who it is.
Yeah, we're High Court Enforcement Agents. What's your name, sir?
I am Michael.
You are Michael.
Oh, you are Michael?
Oh, yes, sir.
Should we pop back in and have a chat with you about a High Court writ, sir?
This isn't my property here.
Right.
I don't have any property.
But the writ is for this address, sir, so...
Well, the address doesn't belong to me.
You don't know the address, sir? We've not told you the address, have we? So how do you know it's not for you when we've not told you an address? Here's the High Court writ, sir. That's your copy. It's £6,611 and 51 pence, sir.
I have offered to pay this debt. I accept that.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is now go to his offices in Chester, and I'm going to go and see him personally.
After first insisting the agents were at the wrong address, Michael now says he has an arrangement to pay off the debt. But the time for informal agreements has come and gone.
Unfortunately, sir, the company you're talking about is taking you to the county court. They've been successful in getting a CCJ against you. It's now been escalated to the High Court for enforcement purposes, which is why we're here.
I don't have any assets. I've got absolutely nothing.
Right, OK. Can you clear this balance, sir?
I can pay you £100 now.
OK.
And that's all I'll be able to pay.
It's a £6,500 debt, sir.
I understand that, but I could make a payment today of £100.
It isn't even going to cover the interest on it, is it?
Knowing his offer won't be accepted by the claimant, the agent's only option is to look for any assets Michael might own that they could seize.
Well, you can't come past there. This is not my ground.
Yes, I can, see. I've High Court writ. I can go anywhere in England and Wales. I'm going to be carrying on, OK.
As Michael is listed on the electoral register at the address, the agents have a right to explore the estate.
Well, there's a tractor. A digger, what are they called? It's been there for years.
There doesn't seem to be anything of value on the land, so the agents must investigate the contents of the outbuildings.
What's he got in these barns, though? That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very shifty, isn't it?
Yeah. Just doesn't want to play ball at all, does he?
Michael has followed the agents down to the farm buildings, but he's left his keys in the car.
Hang on, you can't take those keys.
Okay, it is seized at the moment, sir.
Worth just a few £100s at auction, the car alone won't be enough to cover the £6,500 debt, but it could be a valuable bargaining tool for the agents.
What value we attach to something might not be the same value that the defendant attaches to it. So what we see as, possibly an old car or whatever it may be, in fact to them is worth a whole lot more, and it's worth a lot more to them than it is in monetary value. Well, I want to try and get in here. Might be nothing, but
Boat.
Caravan, a boat, a ride-on mower.
This belongs to Worthingbury Welsh Water.
After claiming the agents were at the wrong address, Michael now says that the barn and its contents belong to a water business, Worthingbury Welsh Water, and that they're nothing to do with him. Matt and Gary turn detective.
Looks interesting, doesn't it?
Deeds, site plans. You got letters here, Michael, with your name on? It is your property, isn't it, Michael?
It's not my property.
The agents have found paperwork listing Michael as a former director of Worthingbury Welsh Water.
They've got your name on, sir, have they? Yeah. This was nothing to do with you earlier?
This is my paperwork.
In a barn that's got nothing to do with you?
Not in a barn.
It looks like a barn to me, sir.
Unless Michael can prove that the items in the barn belong to the water company and not him personally, they could be seized. But there's a problem.
The only thing that's worth anything, mate, in this old place is behind you.
Ah.
Who does this belong to?
Bit. That was all part of Worthingbury Welsh Water stuff.
Who does it belong to?
That belongs to the company.
Okay. To the company?
Yeah.
Can he prove it? Because at this point in time, as far as seizable assets go, that's going to be what we're going to be seizing, I think.
Without proof that the water company owns the boat, the agents could seize it. But the situation is clearly beginning to take its toll.
I'm in a bit of a state at the moment. I'm in shock. You just have to excuse me and bear with me.
Okay. What can you pay off this debt today, sir?
All I've got is £100.
Right.
I had not only this one debt, I've got a court order for 80,000. I've got, I think it's 13.5 acres left on this site. Been took off me by the bank. The bank has repossessed it.
Right.
I used to own everything here, £3 million. I've had a fortune in the past. Everything's gone when the recession came.
It seems that Michael used to own a large percentage of the estate, a former farm, and invested thousands here in property development. But hard times have forced him to sell up. And now what little land he has left has been taken into receivership to pay off an additional £80,000 debt.
I understand what you said. Listen, Michael, I understand what you're saying, but you also have to understand our job, okay?
I understand that.
Despite Michael's situation, the agents must get this case resolved. And their only option now is to seize the boat. But then, another man arrives at the barn.
Is this gentleman looking for you?
Oh, here he is.
Well, to explain who we are, sir, my name's Miss Tyler, I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
The man is a property developer. He's interested in buying Michael's land and has come to view it. While Michael takes him to see the land, Gary and Matt check for any other assets they could seize.
We've got 2 old boats, a stripped caravan. It's a strange one, isn't it? I think that barn that we've been in is probably the only bit of the farm that he's actually got left. There's literally nothing here to satisfy the debt.
10 minutes later, Michael returns to the barn with some surprising news. The man has offered to buy the land.
My sale's definitely going to go through now. He's paying 90,000 for it. I think the bank's owed about 80. There's 10 left over. By the time they take the fees out, there's enough there to pay. And that's it sorted.
It's a promising development for the agents. But they will still need an immediate down payment and some guarantees on the deal before they can walk away.
So what we need to do is solve this for today, don't we?
Well, I can offer to pay £100 today.
I know you keep saying that, Mike, but that £100 isn't going to be enough, is it?
I've already borrowed as much as I can.
Right.
Off family and everything. I'm in a hell of a state.
I understand things aren't great.
They're great. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, I understand that.
But then suddenly, Michael increases his offer.
I can go and try and find £1,000 now, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'll be able to.
So if I give you your car back, you'll go away and you'll get £1,000.
Yeah.
Matt gives Michael an hour to raise the cash and calls the office to see whether his offer of £1,000 today and the balance when the land is sold off is acceptable to the claimant.
Hi, I'm on the strangest job ever.
But instead of leaving to go and fetch the money, Michael suddenly pulls a large amount of cash from his wallet.
I thought you only said you could have 100 today, sir. You got more in your wallet?
This is to pay someone else, and I'm going to pay it out of this, and I'm not sure how much is here.
Get counting, man.
After claiming he had only £100, Michael has now produced 800.
The amount of times someone's told me that they've not got a penny, but then when push comes to shove and something's about to be lost, suddenly cash starts to appear. So, you know, it's amazing where people can pull money from when there's an issue. It's been accepted, Michael.
Right. Well,
£1,000 today, with a balance by the 1st of December.
The payment plan may have been accepted, but if Michael can't raise the extra £200 he needs, the deal could be off.
Right, may I have my key? I'll go and get you the 200.
There you go. How long will you be?
A couple of hours, I think.
A couple of hours?
I'll be back, but I say an hour.
While the agents wait for Michael to return, Gary puts the boat under a controlled goods agreement. If Michael doesn't pay the balance, the agents will have to seize it.
It's the first boat I ever took control of, to be fair. You get asked for serial numbers and things like that and model of the boat, but, you know, I'm from the Midlands. We don't see boats in the Midlands.
45 minutes later, Michael returns with the £200.
That didn't take you 2 hours, did it?
My brain's all over the place.
Well, I hope things improve for you, Michael, and I hope we don't have to come back, mate.
I've always tried to stay positive through everything. As difficult as it may be, but that's what you have to do.
Michael, thank you. I hope things get better for you, mate, all right?
The case is resolved for now. But if Michael doesn't pay the £5,500 he still owes within 30 days, the agents will be back.
Do you think he'll pay, mate? Do you think it'll get sorted?
I think we'll be back here on a Monday morning, getting our boots muddy again.
Do you think?
And he'll better just head in the sand again. So yeah, I do believe we'll have to be back here in December. Or is that my no faith in humanity?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Over the past 12 years, the number of High Court writs issued in the UK has increased by more than 50%. Nearly 500,000 writs have been issued since the beginning of the decade, resulting in the recovery of over £400 million. Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are back on the road, this time in Romford, Essex, on a very unusual case.
We're off to see the Mayor and Burgesses of the London Borough of Havering in the Town Hall. We're looking to collect £12,413.94.
I don't think they're going to be pleased to see us.
The council were taken to court by a private landlord over damages to a property made by a benefit tenant. The council appealed but lost, and now the agents are here to collect the full amount, plus court costs.
There is a car park at the end. Pay and display. What's the chances of them putting a parking ticket on us today? Okay, let's find a front door.
Let's go round here.
The writ is not against the mayor personally, but Havering Council. So the agents have a right to remove any assets belonging to them if payment isn't made. And it looks like they're in luck.
There's a vehicle just out the front.
I would take that as being the mayor's car.
So would I. That needs to be seized. Hello, Miss. High Court Enforcement Agents. We are here to see the Mayor.
The Mayor?
Yes.
All right, hold on a moment.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'd like to see the mayor.
You'll need to make an appointment.
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Okay. The mayor's not always in the building. You'll need to make an appointment. We can try and get hold of...
If you would,
That
that'd
would be great, madam. I'm going to take the vehicle if that's all right. Can I have the keys?
While Steve waits for the employees to make some calls, Max goes to clamp the mayor's limousine outside.
There's a vehicle with the mayor's logo on it. We're going to seize that at this moment in time. Haverham, London Borough. Some paperwork here. Mayoral request to attend out-of-borough event. Definitely the mayor's vehicle. It's good enough for me.
Clamping the mayor's limousine outside the town hall could be embarrassing for the council. But will it be enough to convince them to pay the £12,000 they owe? High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner were at Romford Town Hall, Essex, to collect more than £12,000 owed by the London Borough of Havering to a private landlord.
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Okay.
Max clamped the mayor's official limousine in the hope the threat of seizing it would prompt payment.
Haverham, London Borough. It's good enough for me.
Now, a council official is trying to work out who the agents need to talk to get the matter resolved.
I need information from you. I can then go and get the right legal team. So if you can tell me what it's for...
Okay, it's not the mayor in person.
No.
It's the mayor and burgesses of Haverham.
Okay. Can I give you that? You can hold of that. I will have to lock that door, but you can get out that way. I'm literally going to be... I trust you. Yeah. Also, I don't look like I can run out. Alright, but you can chase me, love. I won't be running.
Debt discriminates against nobody. It doesn't matter where you are in life, whether you're on the lowest rung of the ladder or you're at the top of the ladder. Collecting from a large organisation, yes, they're going to have the money. The downside is it's finding the person to sign the cheque or pay the bill, because someone will want a piece of paper to say that they can pay it, someone will want a signature to say that yes, that's okay, the money can go. So that's the difficulty of it.
Minutes later, the official comes back with the council's chief lawyer.
Steve Pinner, High Court enforcement agent. We have a writ in the name of the mayor, not the mayor personally, the mayor as the office. The amount outstanding is £12,413.94p.
All right.
And we are looking to collect that.
Now?
Yes.
All right. The trouble is, it doesn't really tell us what it relates to.
We wouldn't have information about that. We're simply the enforcement.
Do you mind if I make a few inquiries? Because I've got no idea what this relates to.
Obviously, we're not going to pay you for something we don't know anything about.
You guys do know something about it. It's already tried to be an appeal,
But the people
but
that you're actually speaking to don't know anything about it.
Absolutely.
It's a big organisation. Yeah. So, do you mind if I just go down the corridor and make a few inquiries and I can find out? I've got a file on it.
Fine for me, sir. I'll get the HPI.
While the lawyer makes his inquiries, Max goes out to run a check on the mayor's limousine.
Hello, John. It's Max here. I've got the mayor's vehicle clamped at the moment. Can I run an HPI check on that, please?
Certainly, this is the mayor's vehicle, yeah?
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's on finance.
It's on finance.
It's not good news. The car can't be seized. But now another council vehicle is parked behind it.
John, can I give you another one? There's a vehicle with London Borough of Havering written on it, parked right behind it.
A white Ford Transit Courier.
Correct.
That's free of finance.
It's free of finance?
We've got an approximation on the value for our purposes of £5,000.
The van is owned by the council and will clear almost half the debt. Max unclamps the limousine and goes to seize it, just as its driver appears from the building.
Sorry, madam, you can't drive off in this vehicle. It's seized at the moment, okay? Sorry about that. Probably go inside and have another cup of tea. Okay. No, it's nothing to do with parking, madam. Nothing to do with you. Don't worry. It's more the council. So nothing to do with you. Don't feel bad or anything.
20 minutes later, the council's lawyer reappears.
I've made some progress, right, so I know the case is down, now we need to make the payment. Now, in terms of the method of payment, what I can do is get a bank transfer.
That's not a problem.
So all I just need to do is to get the details where I need to send it to you.
I can give you them, sir. So I'm sure you appreciate we can't take boots off the ground until we know that the money's been transferred.
Yeah, you would need to get confirmation really from the bank.
From our office, yeah. Thank you very much indeed.
The agents must wait for the office to confirm they've received the transfer of funds before they will unclamp the van.
I know having a clamped vehicle outside of the head office isn't ideal, but unfortunately it's nothing you've done whatsoever. But
Max, it's your fault. Yeah. Steve's lovely.
I guess the council should learn to pay their bills on time. Then this wouldn't happen.
You're not a popular chap today, are you?
I'm not, no.
Moments later, the office calls Max.
Hello, Max speaking.
Hi, Max.
It's in?
It's in, yeah.
Excellent. We shall issue a receipt and we can release their clamped vehicle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom Alison.
Bye.
He said if you check, it should have gone through by now.
Just checked, madam. Thank you for that.
Lovely.
We're just doing all the relevant paperwork for it. There's and the copy of the receipt for you.
Thank you.
The council has paid off the debt in full. But as the agents go to release the council van, they spot someone about to get into the mayoral car.
Oh, that's the mayor. Hello there, madam. It's obviously an oversight somewhere along the line.
How embarrassing.
It's now been dealt with.
We're chairing a meeting for Citizens Advice Bureau. Come down and you've got the plant.
I hope we haven't ruined your day.
You have. You've made me really late for the next
I do apologise.
You have, and I'm finished now for the day.
Take care. It's all been done, sorted, and that's the end of it.
Photograph of it.
No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Take care. Funny how she shows up, just as it's all dealt with.
It's been a successful job for the agents, but they're just about to find out it's not only the council who need to pay their way.
Just nicked you.
Oh, he ain't, has he?
Oh, he hasn't.
Oh!
Unbelievable. Hello, sir. You've just given us a parking ticket.
Yes, I did, sir. Unfortunately,
We're here with a High Court writ.
I've been called here saying check around for vehicles that apparently been parked here without paying a paying display.
Okay.
I came around, checked. This is the only vehicle that I found. Unfortunately, everybody has to pay a ticket.
Okay, that's not a problem. I got a parking ticket at the end of that, and I suppose that's karma, really. So, yeah, you win some, you lose some. You like us doing your job. I don't have a problem with that.
Two more families from either end of the wealth divide swap lives for 7 days. The result is Rich House Poor House, new tomorrow at 9. Next though, trust issues destroyed one couple, but could a night of plain honest talk and help build them back up again? It's new One Night with My Ex.
Anger.
Get back up! Get out of here!
Threats.
I'll smash his head.
Desperation.
You think you can tear my family apart?
What happens when death leads to a family emergency?
Told you that, a bully.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents face to face with debtors in crisis.
Do not touch me.
I'm not touching
Do not touch me.
But if you can't pay,
Everything you take it.
they'll take it away. In England and Wales, over 400,000 county court judgments were issued against consumers during the first half of 2016. The total value of these debts was £829 million. Accrington, Lancashire. Stuart McCracken is on the road with colleague Ian Taylor.
Remember that advert? Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly.
The agents have a writ to collect over £5,000, owed to a business consultancy by Mr. Junaid Arsad.
How much does Mr. Ashad owe today?
£5,344.80.
Alright.
As Stuart and Ian arrive at the address, they spot a vehicle parked outside the property.
We'll say at Leon parked outside.
If Mr. Arsad can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to seize any of his assets, including vehicles, to cover the debt.
Hello?
As the front door is open, Stuart takes the opportunity to make peaceful entry.
Hello? Hello there. We're after Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
He's not here right now.
Are you able to get him on the phone? We're High Court enforcement agents.
Sorry?
We're High Court enforcement agents. Are you able to get him on the phone?
Is it not possible if you can come back?
Well, we're here now with an active High Court writ, you see, so it is important you try and get him on the phone.
I will try to find it.
Please, that'd be great, thank you.
But he doesn't really live here.
When we get told that the defendant's not here at the moment, we've got a High Court writ to execute, which means that we'll be doing it in their presence or not in their presence. It's entirely up to them. But I'd rather speak to defendants and try and get the matter resolved.
The woman is the debtor's wife. She tries to get her husband on the phone.
Yeah, but clean up phone back.
Yeah.
He's not home right.
Well, at the moment, we've got a High Court writ, which means that we will have to take control of goods, you see.
But then a man appears in the hallway.
Hello there, sir. My name's Mr. McCracken. We're High Court enforcement agents. We've been instructed to execute a High Court writ for Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
What's going on?
To collect a balance of £5,344.
We haven't received any letters from wherever you come from.
Right.
If I received it, I should get back to you, but we haven't received any letters.
But a letter has been sent.
I don't really live here. My wife, she lives here. But I haven't, nothing belongs with me.
Right. Do you need to try and raise some funds, sir?
I mean, I haven't got anything.
It appears the debtor, Mr. Arsad, has been in the house the whole time. But as he claims he can't pay, Stuart turns his attention to the car parked outside.
Okay, so who owns the vehicle, sir?
My wife.
Have you got any documents to prove that?
She's got the documents.
Brilliant.
Unless Mr. Arsad's wife provides proof she's the rightful owner of the car and not her husband, the agents have the right to seize it.
The last thing people want is a vehicle being removed. It puts them under immense pressure. Nobody wants to be losing their car. We do want to see cars outside houses because it gives us the leverage that we need to try and get a payment.
But then, Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law arrives at the address.
Hello there, sir.
Yeah, boss. You know she's got disabled children.
Right. Okay.
What is it regarding?
We're here, sir, with an active High Court writ. The enforcement is at this address. Everything belongs to you until proven otherwise.
While Mr. Arsad's wife and brother-in-law look for proof that she owns the car, Ian goes outside to clamp it.
Anything, we don't know anything about it.
Yep. That's just insurance. Yeah, anyone can be insured in a vehicle. We need to see sale or receipt.
I don't have the look. He doesn't even drive, he doesn't have a licence.
I haven't got the license, it's not my car.
So
It's my wife's car.
Yep, but we need to see some documentation, as I've already said. So I'm going to give you 30 minutes to try and either A, raise funds, or B, I'll be ringing recovery. Okay, so use this time wisely. The balance is £5,344. When we do our job, all the time we hear the goods don't belong to him, but because we've got a High Court writ for that address, it's up to them to prove to us the goods don't belong to the defendant. And if they can't do that, then that's when we start taking control of goods. We need to see a sales receipt for that vehicle.
But it's my sister's car though, so how does that work right now?
Right, how did you pay for it? Did you pay cash?
I give her the car.
It's a stalemate. But then Stuart spots a bunch of keys.
Just going to do a mileage check on the vehicle, mate.
So he's took my keys.
And ramps up the pressure.
We've managed to get hold of the keys that were hanging up, so I'm just going to do a quick vehicle check before we're in recovery for it to be removed.
But Stuart's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Father, don't you take a key off that? Because it's my sister's.
The key at the moment, sir, has been seized.
She's got disabled children.
Yeah, but at the moment, sir, the car's been seized.
You've not come to. She's got
yeah,
disabled
but we need to see some documentation
she takes
for
them
that.
to hospital.
Let go. Let go now.
No.
Let go now.
The man tries to take the keys from Stuart.
No.
Let go now.
That's my sister.
Yeah, let go now.
You picked him up. I don't need to let go.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
Listen, man, you don't.
Get your hands off me now. Where's your
No, I've got him on my key.
Right.
I've not got my hands.
Remove your hand now. Or I'll phone the police and be removed. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Do not touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Your hand is touching
I've
me.
got
Get off me
my
now.
keys.
Get off me now.
I'm touching the keys.
Get off me now. All of a sudden, you've got a family member that arrives that just throws the whole picture out the window, really. You've then got a secondary battle to deal with by calming down other people in the family. I won't say it a third time, sir.
I'm touching the keys.
Yeah? At the moment, the car's been seized, sir. Get your hand off me now. Get your hand off me now. Get your hand off me now.
Do you not understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, but get your hand off me now. Thank you.
This routine job has taken an unpredictable turn. With tensions rising, will Stuart and Ian be able to resolve this case peacefully? High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor were in Accrington, Lancashire, to recover a debt of over £5,000.
Hello? We're after Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
The debtor, Mr. Arsad, claimed he had no means to pay the debt.
Nothing belongs with me.
Right.
I haven't got anything.
The agents seized a car parked outside the house.
Who owns the vehicle, sir?
My wife.
Have you got any documents to prove that?
Then Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law arrived at the scene.
That's my sister.
Yeah, let go now.
You picked him up. I don't need to let go.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
And the situation became volatile.
She's got
Get your hand off me now.
children.
Get your hand off me now.
Do you not understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Get your hand off me now. Thank you.
Now, as Stuart and Ian try to get the debt recovery back on track, the debtor's brother-in-law decides to shut the door on the agents and block the exit.
That's all I'm saying. You need to leave that door
I'm here
open.
for my sister who's got disabled
You need to
children.
leave that door
No, I'm not
open.
gonna leave it
You are.
open.
Right, phone the police, Ian.
You call the police.
Yeah, will do. I'll call them now. It's false imprisonment. You need to open the door
It's
now.
not false. She's
Of
got
course it is.
disabled
Of course it
children.
is.
Do you not care?
False imprisonment, mate. 1999 it. Open the door. When somebody tries to lock the door on us, it shows that they're trying to control the situation. You think, right, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. The problem that we've got is it's false imprisonment. It's a legal issue then. We then have to think on our feet and think about the security of ourselves and the people around us. Open the door. Open the door now. I need immediate police assistance, please. Yeah.
Stuart's call to the police forces the brother-in-law to back down.
Leave that door open, thank you. No problem, thanks very much. Right, the door's open. We would need police assistance for breach of the peace.
A few minutes later, the police arrive on the scene.
Morning, officers. Thank you very much for your time. We're falsely imprisoned. When they realise we're phoning the police, they've opened the door and let us back out again.
How many is? Two of you?
There's me at the moment and my colleague in the hallway at the moment, but it seemed to calm down, so when I phoned the police I said, look, we don't need you now, because I don't want to be wasting police time. You sure?
Yeah,
brilliant.
With the police present, the family finally starts to cooperate with the agents.
I'm not being rude or out.
No, it's fine.
I'm just doing it for my sister.
You've got to do what you've got to do, mate. I understand that.
She's got disabled children. This debt thing, that's got nothing.
No, I understand.
She's working on it. She said, can she get about an hour?
It's at the moment we can give it till 11 o'clock, so it's 25 past 10.
She should have this one.
All right.
But while Mr. Arsad's wife tries to raise some funds, the defendant comes up with a surprising offer.
Can we give you not money and anything worth of 5,000, 6,000?
What do you mean?
It's like gold or something.
Mr. Arsad is offering to settle the debt with the family jewellery.
I've never taken gold before. It'd be a first. Oh, don't take the car. It's not worth anything. There's loads of gold up there.
The family's prized possessions are at risk, but for the agents, seizing jewellery is not a straightforward job.
When we're offered gold, we don't know how much it's going to be worth. We don't know how much it's going to get. Plus, if we do remove goods, there's storage fees and auction charges, so we'd rather deal with a payment there and then. She's in tears in there. Yeah. Oh, she's not happy.
With Mr. Arsad's wife upset in the back room, his brother-in-law makes the agents an offer on his sister's behalf.
She can pay you half, no problem. She can sort 2,340 out.
Yeah.
I've got that. I can sort it out for her. But then what?
Needs to be the remaining balance, mate. It needs to be the full balance. That's why we're here. That's why we've got an active high court.
Because only got £2,200.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, but you've also admitted to us there's gold in the house.
So we can take control of that as well.
Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law leaves to try and raise the funds.
As a High Court enforcement agent, we're there on behalf of somebody else who couldn't get the money from the defendant, so our response is always the same, and that's, we're here to take control of goods unless you can make payments. It's as simple as that.
Minutes later, Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law returns to the property.
Well, I'll count that out now.
And makes a cash payment in full.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So that's 500. So that's £5,000 now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 344 quid. Yeah, there's your receipt. I'll give you my business card now. Don't take the clamp off, mate.
With payment made, Ian takes the clamp off the car, and the case is resolved.
Paid in full in cash, £5,345. It just shows you if you start applying a bit of a pressure, which we did, money starts coming from somewhere. Great result.
Research by a leading housing charity reveals that nearly 500,000 young adults across the UK rely on their parents to help them pay their rent. Adults aged 18 to 34 receive in total £850 million from their parents each year to help with housing costs. Wolverhampton, West Midlands. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball have a writ to collect almost £9,000 owed in unpaid rent by Mr. John Nichols.
We've got a debt of £8,972.30.
The landlord has escalated the case to the High Court, and Mr. Nichols must pay the £9,000 debt today.
Getting close with the Ford in the drive.
The car is an asset they could seize if Mr. Nichols can't or won't pay.
Hello there. How you doing? Can I speak to John William Nichols, please? Is he at work, is he? Okay.
The debtor's wife and her son are the only ones at home.
They're with the High Court writ today. Can you get John on the phone?
Yeah.
Have a word with him. Thank you.
I want to speak to you.
Oh, is that John?
Yeah, speaking, yeah.
Hello, sir. My name's Matthew Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah.
I'm here at the property with a High Court writ today.
What's that?
Are you aware of this?
Oh.
Are you close by?
Not the M6 at the moment.
Can you get back here then, John, and we can have a look at this and see what the situation is?
Yeah, I should be able to get back.
It's clear the agent's visit has come as a shock to John. But his wife knows exactly why Matt and Gary are here.
My husband was a guarantor
Right.
My daughter on a house.
Right, okay.
Just didn't pay the rent.
Oh, right, okay. 'Cause it's a pretty substantial amount of money. It's
It's about £5,000, I think.
yeah, it's more like about 8,000 now.
Oh, no.
Unknown to John, his daughter stopped paying her rent over a year ago. As guarantor, it's John and not his daughter who is liable for the debt.
What can be done about it?
He needs to pay, is what the long and short of it. It's a bit of a situation, isn't it? It's made Dad liable for a good chunk of money, hasn't it? Being a guarantor for a family member is especially tricky because you're not thinking with your head, you're thinking with your heart. But then the implications of when it unravels is devastating for a family. There's nothing worse than money to drive issues within a family situation.
While they wait for John to return, Gary runs a check on the vehicle in the driveway.
Can you do a HPI for us? Cheers, buddy. Thanks, mate.
Back in the house, John's wife has her daughter Charlotte on the phone.
Hang on here. I want to talk to you.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hello? Can I not do a payment plan with you?
Charlotte, it's not you on the writ, it's your father. Anything we have
it was
to...
our guarantor. I'd rather do a payment plan than you taking all my dad's stuff.
Yeah, the claimants obviously took your father to court, so we'd have to sort out anything between us and him, not yourself, you see. You've left him in one hell of a predicament, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I didn't pay the rent is because they didn't bother coming out to fix all the problems.
Take a pass back to your mother.
Okay.
Regardless of Charlotte's dispute with her landlord, the agents are duty-bound to collect the £9,000 they came for.
What's the crack with the car?
Free of finance.
Although the car in the drive is free of finance, it's only worth a fraction of the £9,000 John owes for his daughter's unpaid rent. But then the debtor returns to the house in a much more valuable Range Rover.
Oh, no.
John, do you want to get on the drive? I'll move the car out the way if you want.
No, Luke.
You alright, yeah?
We should be taking
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? I've got no 8 grand. I've got fuck all.
Okay.
Yeah.
The agents now have an asset they could potentially seize, but John doesn't seem to want to negotiate.
Packing his bags.
He's packing his bags?
Yeah.
So what?
Leaving.
John? John? Do you want to come down, mate, and have a talk about this? Put you in the picture of what's going on.
You can take 2 cars.
Okay.
Got the car key. They can take the 2 cars, they've got the money, they can go. Simple as. I've made this time, because I'm gone as soon as these are gone. Right? I don't know. Somebody shit on me from a great fucking night this time.
It's not your wife that's done this to you, is it?
I don't know.
Let's not get angry with these two in here.
Can we solve it?
There's no
Look,
way
can
I
we...
can raise that money,
All right.
whatever it is. I've lost the shift now.
Rather than getting all hyped up, all angry, start
angry. I'm just...
Start shouting at your missus. It's not going to get us anywhere, is it, John?
No, but if you have the 2 cars, I ain't got to pay no more debts or whatever now. Gosh, I'm finished. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Now, it's happening more and more often now that parents are acting as guarantors for a debt. We have to enforce the writ. In the same instance, we need to take into account the family, you know. You're putting a bomb in the middle of a family and exploding it from the middle.
Minutes later, one of John's granddaughters arrives at the house.
Charlotte has got us in the shit. $8 grand.
The claimant's taking John to court personally. The long and short of it is you've signed to say that if she doesn't pay the rent, you will. That's what you've signed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand that, but they was telling me that I was paying the rent.
Why hasn't anyone gone to Charlotte's first?
Charlotte's not named on the writ.
They ain't got the money to do that. I can't believe she's done that.
With John unable to pay in full, Matt throws him a lifeline and reduces the amount he has to pay up front.
They normally work on 50%.
So you're looking about
4,500 up front.
Yeah.
I can't raise that much money.
The agents give John an hour to try and raise more funds.
Wait, John, in a bit of a problem at the moment. Charlotte forgot to pay rent for about 15 months.
As family and friends arrive to offer support, John's close to breaking point.
What's this, a fucking freak show? Every fucker's turning up.
Who them two?
Ransom's.
Oh, yeah.
Must be a bastard freak show. Fucking hell, where gets round to it?
Sorry, John, I'm sorry it's come to you, mate. You know, it's a victim of the circumstance, aren't you, unfortunately?
As John continues to try and raise some money, Matt clamps the Range Rover, ready to seize if John is unsuccessful.
Hello.
Back in the house, John's granddaughter calls Charlotte to see whether she can help pay off the debt she has accrued.
She hasn't got it. She says she can only get £300 on Friday. Thankfully.
Oh.
I knew that she would.
I've told her time and time again. She's getting into a rush. Come and speak, or pick the phone the person up, explain. They'll listen and they can sort it out.
We meet these good, honest people who have got themselves into one hell of a mess with debt. Having a debt is embarrassing to people, not only to themselves, but the community they're living in. It's really hard to see, especially when they're trying their best for their family.
John's time to raise some funds is up. Despite his best efforts, he hasn't been able to raise any of the £4,500 the agents have asked for. Matt has been left with no option but to seize John's Range Rover. But to make matters worse, it's added an extra cost to John's debt.
OK, John, I'm going to call Recovery Truck then, mate, just so that you're aware of what that means to take the outstanding debt to £10,826.30. I've got a job for you, mate.
OK.
Just to pick up and go. It's a Range Rover, and it's been seized with keys.
OK.
But there's a problem. Valued at £4,000, John's Range Rover won't even cover half the debt. As it's getting late, Gary asks John to call the office the following morning to set up a payment plan for the rest of the balance.
Give me this letter, mate. Yeah. All the details on right. Office number's there, my number's there. You need to call me.
Sorry, John. I'm sorry it's come to it, mate. You know, you're a really nice guy and your family are really great as well, but, you know, it's... Unfortunately, she's just dropped you anytime soon.
20 minutes later, the recovery vehicle arrives.
I felt particularly sorry for this chap. I could see that the guy was a grafter. His one sort of luxury in life was his Range Rover, and that's what he'd spent his hard-earned cash on. He's losing probably what is his pride and joy over a debt that's, you know, not of his making.
Matt and Gary have got the result they needed in a sensitive situation. But in Stuart and Vic's next case...
Oh, nothing but a fucking bella, and told you that, a bully.
They're faced with a hostile response.
You're nothing but a cocky little shit, that's what you are.
After a bitter dispute with an ex-landlady spirals out of control.
But you are though, aren't you?
While cash-strapped young people may have to rely on their parents to pay their rent, families with young children are also vulnerable to falling into arrears. In the first half of last year, nearly a quarter of families who sought help for their debts were in rent arrears. ...7 a.m. Orton, Lancashire.
Well, it's getting dark now, isn't it?
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are back on the road to collect a £6,000 debt.
We're going to visit Miss Natalie Brannan this morning for the outstanding amount of £6,622.
The debtor, Miss Natalie Brannan, owes the money in rent to an ex-landlady and Stuart and Vic are here to collect full payment today.
Right, here we are. Oh, they're big houses, mate. Right, let's go.
If Miss Brannan can't or won't pay, Stuart and Vic have the right to remove assets to cover the £6,000 debt. There's no answer, but Stuart notices movement upstairs.
Hello? We're after Natalie. Are you Natalie?
I'm happily pregnant, sorry.
Right, okay. Right, we're High Court enforcement agents, Natalie. We've been sent here with regards to an outstanding balance. Are you able to come down, Natalie? We need to get this sorted.
Seconds later, Natalie's partner, Wayne, comes to the window.
Listen, right, she isn't coming fucking nowhere.
Do you want us to come round the back and have a chat?
Don't fucking do no back of the property. You think you are?
I'll stay here.
You're the bellend. You think you're big. You think you're untouchable.
What do you mean untouchable, sir?
I'm not your fucking son.
I said, sir, maybe if you came down to the door you'd be able to hear me.
No one's gonna...
Nah, there we go, yeah.
You are.
Alright.
You don't know nothing. Listen, you better go. I'm telling you now, job or not, go.
It's something that we expect on every job is people to be obstructive. We're not there to be welcomed, we're not there to be accepted with open arms, but we have got a job to do. We have got the High Court on our side, and we are like a dog with a bone. Nothing's gonna deter us, and we will stay there until the end.
Despite her partner's hostility to the agents, Natalie seems to want to talk.
This was a house we lived in. It had a septic tank, which I won't even go into the gory details.
Yeah.
Living in a house with mice and trying and everything.
Natalie has been in dispute with her previous landlord. She claims she withheld her rent because of the condition of the property.
Basically, there's been a TCJ issued against me, and I'd sent my rent over on the date they asked. They said that they hadn't received the defence when they actually had. County courts have made a mistake.
Basically what's happened is she's transferred it to the High Court.
Natalie claims that when she tried to appeal the case, the county court mislaid her statement. But the writ is still active, and no matter what the circumstances, Stuart and Vic are duty-bound to enforce it today.
What do we do now?
We need payment.
Simple as that, Natalie.
The agents have been at the property for over half an hour when Natalie's father turns up at the address.
That's all right.
You're alright.
You know my daughter's 2 weeks off on the baby.
Yes, we do,
Yeah,
she
we
told
do.
us.
What do you need today to go away?
£6,600.
Well, no one's got that, so
Yeah.
do you need to go away and see what sort of deal you can come to?
Well, we can do it now. Why would we have to go away?
How can you not go away if you're not going to get £6,500? Because there isn't £6,500.
Well, what can they raise?
They can't raise nothing. I'll try and give you something.
Natalie has spotted her father from the window and doesn't want him to make the agents an offer.
Dad, not a payment, I'm serious. No chance, Dad.
Natalie, if you want us to go, that's the only way we're going to go. We need some sort of payment.
Dad?
All right.
You'll have a family member that's received a phone call from the defendant. They're worried, they're scared, try to protect their family, which is completely understandable. But 9 times out of 10, a family member will come like a bull in a china shop to make matters worse.
Minutes later, Natalie's partner, Wayne, comes out of the house.
You don't have to be in the front, do you?
We do, yeah.
Wayne, you don't.
We do, yeah.
Wayne,
We do, yeah.
leave it.
Where do we have to discuss the matter then?
You don't even know, you don't want to know yet. But
alright,
you're
sir.
nothing but a fucking bellend.
Yeah.
Told you that, a bully. And Lewis is there, come on. Go and calm down, I'll go somewhere. Get the fuck away from the van, it's not even your van either.
With tempers escalating, Natalie's father is concerned about his grandchild inside.
Wayne, Spice boy, just go to work. Wayne, I'll deal with it. I know you feel, but leave it at that. You're nothing but a cocky little shit. That's what you are. But you are though, aren't you?
In what way, sir?
But you are.
In what way?
Sure.
In this job, you're going to get aggression from some people, but at the end of the day, we are trained in what we do. Being calm and controlling with the situation ensures that you will not be intimidated.
You act like you know everything when you fucking don't. Imagine you rent a house with a kid, pregnant, shit everywhere. 1 month's rent, and they're here for $6.5 grand. Couldn't even live in a house. You had the septic tank, we wasn't told. They don't know. We would use. You should just need to do your job, or it's just wrong.
Well, she has done the right thing. Most people put their heads in the sand.
It's the most human thing
that's
about
understandable.
it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Upstairs, Natalie continues to insist that her initial appeal against the writ was mishandled and that the case has gone back to court.
I've got all my court letters now. Are you overriding?
What is it you've sent to the court?
I've got everything on email.
She's a customer service man. She's not stupid. She's got all the paperwork, and it's gone back to the county court, and she's waiting to hear from them.
I'm 39 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Not feeling great at the moment.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. You have to be sympathetic towards some defendants because it might not be their fault they're in this situation, yet we're invading their personal space and their home over something that they might not have inflicted upon themselves. You've got to show some emotion with regards to the job.
Stuart and Vic have been outside the house for 40 minutes. Without access to the property, they can't look into seizing any assets to offset the debt. Given Natalie's condition, Vic offers a reprieve and gives her some extra time to try and sort out her appeal with the courts.
We'll give you 24 hours. It's phone the courts, but you've got to give us a ring tomorrow morning and give us an update.
Oh, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah,
that's all we can do now.
We'll ring you later anyway.
Just try and get it sorted, all right?
All right.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
See you later.
All right, mate. See you later.
See you later.
Natalie now has 24 hours to sort out her case, but if she's unsuccessful, the agents will be back.
Comes out kicking off, mate, and it turns out to be all right in the end.
Yeah.
He said to me, "I'm sorry for calling you those names, mate, you know what I mean?" He's bigger than I thought.
No, I can see he's a big boy.
According to the Bank of England's latest figures, the value of unsecured bank and credit card loans in the UK is growing at its fastest rate in more than 11 years. Last year, consumers took out loans to the value of more than £190 billion, a nearly £15 billion increase in 1 year alone. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Handsworth, Birmingham.
We've got a Ms. Livia Kurvajova. We're looking for £4,064.03.
Quite a lot of money.
Miss Kurvajova owes the money to a credit company for an unpaid loan.
Pull up on the left here, mate.
The case was escalated to the High Court and Miss Kurvajova must pay today.
Hello there, how are you? I'm looking for Ms. Livia Kurvajova. Is that you?
Yes.
Hello, madam. I'm a High Court enforcement agent here with a High Court writ today. So there's an outstanding balance of £4,064.03.
How much?
£4,064.03.
4,000?
I
don't have it 4,000.
Okay.
It's too much for me.
Right, okay. As I say, we are here with a High Court writ. Does it allow us to enter the property? Okay. The writ commands us to either collect payments or to seize goods for the value.
But I can't pay this all money. It's too much money for
You can't pay it, is that what you're telling me?
But do you need full pay?
Yes, we're here for £4,064.03. If that can't be paid, it does go up to £4,658.03. If we have to remove goods, it goes up again to £5,514.83.
Possibly
That's what we're here to do.
Monthly payment?
It's been through the county court, it's now at the High Court. Time for monthly payments has passed, I'm afraid. What was this for? Was it a loan, this? A loan that you had?
I don't work because
Right.
I'm sick.
Okay.
I haven't money, just sick pay.
Okay. You're sick and off work at the moment?
Yes.
Miss Kurvajova, originally from Slovakia, says her loan was taken out to pay for medical care.
Treatment is so expensive. All treatment I must pay. Too much trouble because I'm pay for everything. My husband is waiting money for tax return.
Right.
I must first pay
mine rent.
Well, no, you've got that slightly wrong, okay? This is a High Court writ. We seem to be in a society now where it's so easy to take out the credit, and when things unravel for them, they unravel big time. And actually all these things around them, it's like a pack of cards, the whole thing just collapses inwardly. No matter what, we're going to have to get some of this paid today.
I'm having now £20. My husband is be having £70.
Give him a ring, tell him what's going on.
As Miss Kurvajova calls her husband, the agents look around for any assets they could seize. And they're in for a surprise.
Cooker and a washing machine. Madam, so if you're not working, who's bought the cooker and the washing machine?
It's my friend.
But the agents are suspicious.
So why is it not at their house?
Because he is having a small house.
Okay, if he's got a small house, wouldn't they just deliver it there, take out the old one, and put the new one in?
Because it's not long time stay in here.
Why is it even here at all?
It's be better coming with my house because he is living a little bit too far.
Too far for the delivery?
Yeah, because it's coming van.
Okay.
But when Matt inspects one of the appliances more closely, Miss Kurvajova's claim doesn't seem to add up.
Customer is Miss Livia Kurvajova.
It's got your name on it, madam.
Gary goes into the kitchen to investigate further.
You do understand your washing machine's unplugged, didn't you? In the kitchen?
In there?
In there, yeah. It looks to me that that's been replaced because it's been pulled out and it's unplugged. And look, there's a brand new washing machine here.
But it's not mine.
I do enjoy the investigation side of this job. We have to search people's belongings. It's all part of the job. Whether it's in people's bedrooms, in the kitchen, in the living room. We're looking for how these people are living and what means they're living by. I'll go through every drawer if I have to until I find what I need.
She's putting in my name.
So, she put it in your name as well? Oh, okay. I usually do that when I buy things. Put them in other people's names and get them delivered to someone else's house.
This routine job is not going to be as straightforward as it first appeared. Matt and Gary will have to use all of their tenacity to get to the bottom of this case. Matt Highway and Gary Bull were in Handsworth, Birmingham, collecting a £4,000 debt owed to a credit company for an unpaid loan.
It's too much for me. I don't work because I'm sick.
But when the agents looked around for assets to seize, they found two brand new appliances delivered in Miss Kurvajova's name.
If you're not working, who's bought the cooker and the washing machine?
It's my friend.
You do understand your washing machine's unplugged, don't you?
So far, Miss Kurvajova hasn't provided any evidence that the expensive white goods in the house aren't hers. But before seizing them, Matt wants to give her another chance to pay.
What can you raise, Livia, now? About £16. Not going to make much of a dent, is it really? On 4,658.
Yeah, and I don't know, giving me £4,000. This is my account.
Although you are now £8.90 overdrawn, yeah, you've actually had £1,906 in your account this month.
I have a question. What's happening now?
Okay.
When I don't pay?
I'm going to go around the property to see what I can seize in the property.
Everything you take it?
Yeah.
Anything of value?
Take.
So, I suggest if you can make any phone calls, you do that, okay? And if it's your husband that you need to speak to, then by all means speak to him. Hello?
Moments later, two family members arrive at the house.
How are you?
Friend, are you?
Cousin.
Oh, cousins.
With my husband.
Cousins with the husband, okay.
Immediately, they try to remove the white goods.
No.
They stay there at the moment.
That's not moving anywhere.
She's my wife. She paid me money.
The cousin claims the appliances are his.
We're here to take control of goods, so they stay where they are at the moment. I have to come back
Right, so
later.
you're right.
It's got Livia's name on it, okay? That's why it stays where it is.
Other family members arrive at the house, just as Miss Kurvajova finally gets her husband Joseph on the phone.
Joseph. Thank you. Joseph, hello. My name's Mr. Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at your property today, sir, with a High Court writ for your wife. I'm commanded to attend the property today to either collect a payment or to seize goods to the value of.
Now, today?
Pass you back to your wife?
Yes, please.
Have a chat with Joseph.
Z czym się Joseph do jednej to są 4000. Ani tak nas tu nie minie, żeby nam wypraznili hiziu. Ja mi kazała, że mnie tu nie ma kto pożyczyć ani 100 libri, ani to 4000.
The agents have been at the house for 45 minutes when Miss Kurvajova finally makes them an offer.
Half, no?
Have you got half? If you tell me you've got half, I'll ring the client and find out.
Aspoň polovičku. To ty 2000. My husband is trying phone in France, so giving me the half money, with 2000. But it's not 100% because he's let me know.
Okay, no.
Minutes later, Joseph calls back.
Hello?
Nobody borrowed me 2,500. That's a lot of money.
As the couple can't raise even half the money, Matt decides to set them a new target.
If you can get £1,000 by 4 o'clock, we'll stop enforcement action today, and I'll organise to set up an arrangement for Livia going forward.
My cousin can bring some money, and my cousin Mrs. brings some money.
All right, good. How long will that be?
I don't know, 10 minutes?
And that's £1,000, Joseph, yeah?
I think so.
Thank you. So if Joseph gets £1,000, how much monthly going forward can you pay?
Monthly? For me, possibly pay 150. My husband, it'll be giving some money, maybe 100.
You can pay £250 a month going forward.
Definitely.
Perfect.
250.
Just minutes from the 4 o'clock deadline, a family member arrives at the door.
So what's there?
Shall I count that out for you?
500.
We're halfway towards the £1,000. So yeah, we're getting there.
I think the next lady's just turned up with some more money. It seems, they've pulled together.
Please stop.
The family have managed to raise £800, but if the remaining £200 doesn't arrive soon, the agents will have no choice but to start seizing goods from the house.
So we need to get to £1,000, yeah? We find in certain communities money is pulled from numerous different families to pay off the problem that they've got. It tells us that the debtors have got that support system in place, that they're well liked, and that people are willing to rally around after them.
Just minutes later, the last £200 is delivered to the house.
Thank you.
1,000.
Done, okay? So your balance now is £3,658.03.
With £1,000 paid, it will take Miss Kurvajova 14 months to clear the balance on her payment plan.
Thanks, Olivia. Take care, okay? Thank you.
After 2 hours on the case, the agent's perseverance has paid off.
Reasonable down payment there for the client, but more importantly than that, we've put the debt back on track. And I've got faith that she'll stick to it and she will get it paid off.
Pretty good result.
The new series of Nightmare Tenants Slum Landlords continues tomorrow night at 9 with a couple's dream renter turning into the tenant from hell. Next and new tonight, it seems unrest in the house has got nothing to do with years as Mind the Age Gap continues.
Danger.
I'll smash his head.
Lies.
Can't pay it.
Somebody's telling porcupines, aren't they?
Secrets.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
Back away from me.
I've got to go take the kids to
Back
school. This is my
away.
time.
under pressure,
There could be guns up there.
tackling some of the most hard-hitting cases of their careers.
Can I have the police, please?
But whoever they meet, if you can't pay,
You tell me what I should do.
they'll take it away. Personal debt in the UK exceeded £1.5 trillion in 2016. A £53 billion increase since the previous year. This dramatic rise resulted in over 300,000 people seeking advice from a debt charity in the first half of the year alone. Matt Highway and Gary Ball are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the West Midlands, recovering debts and seizing goods.
Right, let's go and live the dream, mate, shall we? Let's go and make someone's day.
It's 7 a.m. and they're in Birmingham to collect nearly £2,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
So, mate, it's still dark and we're in Northfield. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Let's mix it up, mate.
Yeah, go on.
You ask me where we're going.
Do you know where we're going?
I do, mate, yeah.
You tell
I always
me.
know where we're going.
Go on.
We're going to see a Mr. Stephen Watton.
You okay? You got that bit right?
In Northfield.
You got that bit right?
And he owes a few pence under £2,000.
Yeah, it's £1,967.99.
There you go.
If Mr. Watton can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods and vehicles belonging to him to offset the debt.
With the Fiesta in the drive.
Morning, madam. I was after a Stephen Watton. Not here. Oh, doesn't he? Who are you to him, madam? So who is he to you, madam? Morning, sir, you alright?
Not here. She's gonna have to leave.
Yeah, who is he though, sir?
Who
is he?
What do you mean?
To you?
Who is he?
Who is he to you?
It's not bit worse.
Did
You don't live here.
Are you saying that you're new tenants? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yes.
You don't live here.
So he's not here at the moment? Or he's a previous tenant?
You don't,
All right.
you don't live here.
Well, High Court enforcement agents are here with a High Court writ today. And Mr. Watton be contacted?
No, because, like I said, we don't know who he is.
If you work with us, then we can work with you.
You used to live here.
Either
We used to do that. They were getting somewhere. When we first turn up on a job, all we got to go on is a name, an address, and the amount we're there to collect. So we do have to think on our feet when we get there. You know, asking lots of questions. We have to dig down and, you know, try and find the person we're looking for. But I think me and Matt, you know, work well together. We're a good team, and 9 out of 10 times you do get the outcome that we both want.
After claiming not to know the debtor, the man now says that Mr. Watton was a previous tenant. But the agents need proof that he no longer lives there.
Have you got a council tax bill or a tenancy agreement we can have a look at to prove he doesn't live here? Didn't bang on it, sir. We just knocked on it.
Might want to speak to us now. I'm going to get my mate out the car then.
Okay. Mate, it's called Mr. London Triangle, and he's going to put it on the car now.
There's a possibility that one of the men may in fact be the debtor, Stephen Watton, and the cars outside could be his. The agents act fast to secure them.
Just watch the door, mate.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we're going to get situations where people deny that the defendant lives at the property. We can only converse up to a level. If conversation stops, then we try the action technique. The second the clamp comes out the back of the van, and suddenly, the whole house lights up.
Matt's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Oi, get hands off me, bro. You ain't taking that, bro. I've got paperwork.
Go and get the paperwork.
Move
back.
Yo, get
Move
off
back.
me. Move back. Yo, you need to watch yourself, You need to watch yourself.
So if you're going to get silly, we're going to get the police in and get you arrested, all right?
Please, check the reg on that car.
Guys, if you wanted to work with us, you could have worked with us.
The car. Cut that off. I'll cut it off, bro. I ain't bothered. You need to get off the profit.
Excuse me.
Hey, listen, High Court written.
I'm listening to you.
We don't know where they live.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
We have asked you for a tenancy agreement or a council tax bill.
Tenancy agreement?
People get aggressive and insult us as their way of dealing with the situation. They might think if they do threaten us enough, then we'll leave. We're not going to leave. We're there to do a job. Whether you threaten us, whether you threaten our family, we're still going to be there and we're still going to do the job.
The men are not telling the agents who they are, but Matt still suspects one of them could be the debtor. So he increases the pressure and clamps the second car in the driveway.
Back away
Back away from me.
I've got to go take the kids to school. This is my charge.
Back away from me. Move away from me.
Move now.
Move away from me. Move away from me. Move.
Suck your mum, straight up, suck your mum. No. Suck your mum.
Right, I'm going to get the police here, mate.
Get the police here, mate. Move away.
Suck your mum.
Move away from me. Move away. Move away from me.
With tensions escalating, Gary and Matt will have to act quickly to prevent the situation turning violent. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Birmingham to recover a debt of nearly £2,000 owed by Stephen Wattham in unpaid parking fines. A woman and 2 men came to the door. They claimed that Stephen Wattham didn't live at the address and obstructed the agents.
You're gonna have to leave.
Matt suspected one of the men was the debtor and clamped both cars in the driveway.
Move away.
Tempers escalated.
Suck your mum, straight up, suck your mum. No.
Now, with the situation getting even more confrontational, Gary calls the police.
Hello there, can I have the police, please?
Whatever,
Whatever, mate.
Off them, bro.
Whatever.
Hello?
I'm really interested in this.
Yeah, we have 2 High Court enforcement agents, 2 gentlemen getting a bit violent and a bit shouty with us. We're executing a High Court writ.
We'll send an officer when we've got one available.
Thanks very much. Cheers, bye-bye.
Okay, thanks.
The police are on their way, but the men aren't calming down.
It's my car, it's not fucking yours. It's not nobody else's. This house is not rented by him either. Check the council, he's not rented. He's not down as living here. I've got to go take the kids to school, you're going to fucking clamp my car.
Where's the kids?
Down at my baby mum's, that's
That's okay.
You're try
Well, this is not going anywhere.
Put that on there.
You can drive off with that if you like. You'll make a bright mess of your car, though. People obstructing us, it only makes life more difficult for them, really. I think what they need to remember on that, it is a criminal offence to obstruct me in my duty. People will try that as a deflection, but the end result's still the same.
The agents have been at the property nearly half an hour. Finally, the woman hands Gary her tenancy agreement.
That's what we asked for in the first place, isn't it? That's all we wanted.
I was here 6 years, I exchanged with them, and then I exchanged back.
You moved back in here how long ago?
About 4 or 5 months ago.
The woman claims Stephen Wattham moved out several months ago when she exchanged properties with him, and he's not listed on the tenancy agreement. But as addresses are double-checked before a writ is issued, the agents can't be totally sure that the claims of the house exchange are true. Matt and Gary decide to wait for the police to arrive before taking any further action.
Okay.
You're done doing your job now, ain't you?
No, we're not. No, we'll wait for police to arrive, okay?
Well, you got your letters, see you later.
We've still got the issue of you obstructing with my duty, haven't we, which is criminal offence, so we'll have a chat with the police about that.
I've got shit to do. I've got stuff to do. I've got to go take the kids to school.
Well, it's delayed at the moment, unfortunately.
What do you mean delayed at the moment?
Yeah.
That can be taken off me.
It shouldn't,
As soon as the police get here,
it shouldn't be too long.
I swear to God.
It's just a crazy way of going about things, isn't it?
I know. He's off on his morning run now.
But then, one of the young men disappears down the street. While they wait for the police, Matt looks for any clues as to the ownership of the cars. But he's in for a surprise.
On the rear passenger footwell. Wrapped up in a towel. It's the sort of things we have to be aware of when we're doing our job. No other tools, like no screwdriver or spanners or socket set or anything, just a lump hammer.
Minutes later, the young man returns, followed by another man.
What are you doing here? Who are you looking for?
Hello, sir. Who are you, sorry?
You're looking for Stephen Watton?
Yes, sir.
That's me. Why are you here?
Oh, great stuff. OK, smashing.
The agents finally have the man they were looking for.
So you're Mr. Stephen Watton?
I am, yes.
So there's a High Court writ outstanding for you?
That's right. Well, I'm not paying it, that's the whole point.
Mr. Watton immediately denies responsibility for the unpaid parking tickets.
I had a Jaguar a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I sold the Jag. A year afterwards, I got the first ticket through. And a few days later, another one come through. Another one come through. I think I ended up with a pile of them, about fucking 50 or 60 of the fucking things.
But they're still found in favour of the claimant?
I don't know.
Well, obviously that's why we're here.
So where do you live now then, Stephen?
Yeah, I live on the road.
Yeah, what's the address?
I don't need to give you that door.
You don't?
Do you know what a ghost is?
A ghost?
Oh, you're a ghost?
I don't need to.
With Mr. Watton refusing to give his new address, the agents can't be sure that he's telling the truth about no longer living here. But then, Matt gets handed proof that the dark grey MG isn't Mr. Watton's.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Right, just get a copy of that, mate. I'll just take the clamp off it. Right, mate, I'll take it off and you can get gone. The gent, now, after some level of discussion, has managed to show me documentation to show that the car doesn't belong to the defendant. So I'll release that now for him and he can get on his way.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Here they are, mate.
The agents hope that the police presence will force Mr. Watton to reveal where he now lives.
Morning, officer.
How you doing?
We initially called this morning. The door was shut in our faces. Unfortunately, we had no other option but to seize the assets that were on site. Two younger men tried to obstruct me in my duty. Managed to get both vehicles clamped. This guy here in the hoodie is our defendant.
Okay.
I've explained the High Court writ to him. He's point blank said, I refuse to pay it. I'm not telling you where I live.
But as Mr. Watton hasn't committed breach of the peace, the police can't force him to divulge his details to them either.
So that's Stephen, what's his surname?
Watton.
You won't tell me. Watton.
With Mr. Watton's true address remaining a mystery, the agents are running out of options. Until proof of the ownership of the other car is established, it remains their only potential asset.
So at the moment, you've clamped that while you do some inquiries?
Yeah, we've asked them for the
Proof.
V5 and,
Yeah.
and the insurance for it. They can't provide it at the minute, so obviously it stays clamped.
Yeah.
Because you never know, this just might be Stephen.
The police make some checks and trace the owner of the clamped Fiesta.
The vehicle does not belong to Watton.
Yeah.
With the second vehicle not belonging to Mr. Watton either, the agent's only option is to instruct the office to trace his new address.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Of course we will. Debt will always catch up on you. If we go to a certain property and you're not there, then we will put a trace into the office and they'll find a new address for you and we will be knocking on the door.
Today, there's nothing more Matt and Gary can do to enforce the writ. They have no choice but to walk away empty-handed. But Matt has one last word for Mr. Wattham.
All I can say to you, buddies, we'll see you somewhere else, because it's a live High Court writ, all right?
Well, I'll be dealing with that live High Court writ.
And we'll see you then. Okay. Okay, we're all sorted, officer, yeah, thank you, yeah.
Okay, Stephen.
There's not a result there for the clients as such at the moment, but it's part of the enforcement process. You know, we have to attend the address at the writ names, and that's what we've done. So we've discounted that address. We can now get on with the next part of the process, and that's finding where Stephen does actually live.
Latest research reveals pubs and bars are increasingly struggling to stay afloat. 1 in 5 experience significant financial distress, with 27 pubs closing every week. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Clitheroe, Lancashire, with a writ to recover an unusually large debt of £80,000 owed by Mr. Thomas Woods to a former girlfriend.
£80,000, mate.
Is it 80 now, is it?
£80,189.15.
Stuart has visited Mr. Woods, a hotel owner, on 2 separate occasions, but he hasn't been at home.
Right, oh, there's people outside. It's a good sign. He's in there. He's in there. Brilliant.
Today, it looks like it's third time lucky. But this case will be like no other Stuart and Vic have ever faced.
I'm good. Let's go. Oh. Hi, mate, you all right? We're after Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods, good morning. My name is Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here with regards to an outstanding balance on a High Court writ of £80,000.
The plan was to pay it when I sold the business.
You need to see what you can do to raise some funds, sir.
What's the date about?
She was my partner.
Right.
And she fell out a few years ago. Things happened.
Was she in the business with you?
She wasn't in business, no. I was in hospital and she put some money when I was in hospital.
Well, the problem that we've got is we're here to remove goods, so unless the balance is paid.
Yeah, okay, give me a few minutes.
Yeah, see what you can do, sir.
Stuart and Vic give Mr. Woods time to raise some funds and start an inventory of assets they could potentially seize.
It's nice, that, isn't it? Beautiful bike.
As well as the vehicles in the garage, the agents find thousands of pounds worth of assets inside the hotel, including fixtures and fittings from the dining areas, a professional kitchen, and 6 bedrooms upstairs. If Mr. Woods doesn't pay today, the removal job will be one of the biggest Stuart and Vic have ever tackled. Down in the bar, the debtor has managed to raise some funds from a friend.
About 5,000 for now.
It's not going to be enough, mate.
No.
It's not.
How much can you raise if you can raise?
Probably, I know I can't because I have probably £1,000 if I'm lucky.
That's 6. It's not going to be enough, mate. It's not. We're going to have to remove, I'm afraid. With the business, the reality is if we do remove goods, it's going to affect the staff, it's going to affect the business isn't going to be able to trade anymore, which means there isn't going to be an income for the defendant. But it is something that we will have to do if payment isn't made.
After making another call to his friends, Mr. Woods makes the agents another offer.
They can all get money, but it's still a few we can do it.
How long? How long will it take?
So they reckon it's a month to get out, but the savings accounts are in.
Okay, so they say they can get it in a month. Will that mean clearing the whole balance of 80,000 in a month?
I like to think so.
Let me see what I can do.
6,000 today, balance cleared in 30 days.
30 days, put it on a controlled goods agreement.
Stuart calls the office to see if the claimant will accept the offer of a £6,000 down payment and the balance cleared within a month.
Hiya, John, you alright?
But the threat of losing the business he's devoted 23 years of his life to is clearly affecting Mr. Woods.
Stress.
She's just winding me up now by doing this, you know. She doesn't even need the money. She's just being controlling.
Minutes later, Stuart comes back with some news.
What they've said is, okay, you can make the 6,000 today, but we need a payment by Friday of another 4, which will make it 10. Okay, and then it'll be 10,000 for the next 3 weeks, and then the remaining balance by the 4th week. Okay, so it gives you a bit of breathing space. I know 10,000's a lot, but it gives you a bit of breathing space. All right.
Mr. Woods makes the £6,000 down payment and agrees to pay the rest in instalments.
Okay, sir. I'll try and take it easy, Thomas, and we'll get this sorted. All right. If you can do it, listen, just ring us. Just ring us and let us know. All right. I think you'll be happy enough with the arrangement anyway. At least we're not closing the business today, which is what we can do. He seems a nice rounded bloke anyway, doesn't he? So let's just see he keeps up that repayment.
The case seems to be resolved for now. But 2 weeks later, Stuart and Vic are forced to return.
Mr. Woods?
Look at the guns up there.
And face a situation they have never encountered before.
We need immediate police assistance, please.
I will sign it, no problem.
Please. I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Clitheroe, Lancashire, to serve a writ on hotel owner Mr. Thomas Woods, who owed £80,000 to his ex-girlfriend.
We fell out a few years ago, and things happened.
Mr. Woods made a £6,000 down payment.
I'll do my best for that.
And agreed to pay the rest on a payment plan.
At least we're not closing the business today. Seems a nice rounded bloke anyway, doesn't he? So let's just see he keeps up that repayment.
But now, 2 weeks has passed.
Just hasn't bothered, has he, since our last visit?
Basically, communication has just broken down from his side.
The deadline for the first instalment Mr. Woods agreed to has come and gone. So Stuart and Vic have no choice but to return and clear the hotel of its assets.
But you've made a magic call to the removal company.
Well, it is unfortunately D-Day.
A removal van has already arrived at the premises, and a freight lorry is on its way in case Mr. Woods can't pay.
All right, guys, you all right?
But first, Stuart and Vic need to speak to Mr. Woods to see if he can make any payment to stop the recovery action.
Hello?
No one appears to be in. But because Mr. Woods has defaulted on his payments and signed a controlled goods agreement, the agents are now entitled to force entry and have a locksmith on hand.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Woods? The heating's on. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I don't think he's here, mate.
Shall we go upstairs, mate?
Mr. Woods? Hello? Oh. Oh.
What?
Oh, that's a bloody deer. I don't think he's in, mate.
Hello? Mr. Woods?
Right, so done a sweep, there's no one in.
The dog is still here. Not a good day, is it?
Beck.
Hello.
Car's here. Do you find it weird as cars and bikes are still here and...
With his car in the garage, the agents are now suspicious that Mr. Woods is still somewhere on the premises. They go back into the hotel to investigate further. and this time they find a locked door.
Mr. Woods? We're going to open the door with the locksmith, sir. Do you want to open the door and come out?
Let's get the locksmith on it. Hiya, mate. Let's get it cracked open. Yeah, let's just get it cracked open. You what, sorry?
Minutes later, the locksmith returns with some alarming news.
Right.
As I've opened it, as I was coming down the stairs, I heard something. It sounded like a key turning.
Are you sure?
Let's go find out.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's go find out. Shall I go first? Hello, Mr. Woods. You want to discuss the matter? Hello? Yeah. I think we need some assistance here, Stuart.
The agents are suspicious that Mr. Woods is behind the door, but they're unsure of his frame of mind. Stuart and Vic are now in an unpredictable situation.
We need to fear the worst. He could be a hunter. There could be guns up there. Dear God, I wouldn't want anyone to walk in and then be on the other side of a shotgun. Hello, we need immediate police assistance, please. I'm at the Copynook Hotel in Clitheroe. There's a gentleman that's locked upstairs in a bedroom and not making any noise whatsoever, but keeps locking the door as we try to open it. We've just got a fear that with the taxidermy stuff here, could have guns up there. It's better to be safe than sorry. Something eerie going on, isn't there, Vic? If it's all fine with you, I'm going to go and stand behind this shed. I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
If someone is at the end of their line, you don't know what's going through their mind. What I do know is from looking around me, this guy's a world-class hunter. There's taxidermy everywhere. Yes, am I nervous? Am I fearing my own life? Definitely.
Half an hour later, an armed response unit arrives on the scene.
Please.
And the locked door is forced open.
At this stage, the police will ask us to stay down while they go upstairs and try and negotiate with Mr. Woods to come out of, if it is him in the room or whoever's in the room. No one?
The police find Mr. Woods hiding in his private living quarters.
Does he look sound of mind?
Yeah, it's just
give it on.
Yeah.
I need to ask him a question.
Before the agents start to remove assets, Vic wants to give Mr. Woods one last chance to settle his debt.
Mr. Woods, can you make a payment today, sir? Okay, it's fine. I'll leave you, sir. No one wants to see a grown man sitting in a corner of a room. You can see it's his darkest hour. You know, it's not a great feeling. But the reality is, he had so many opportunities before it got to D-Day. Various phone calls, various visits. We can only do so much.
Now Stuart and Vic must start the enormous task of seizing goods to cover Mr. Woods' £80,000 debt.
It's rapid then.
Yeah, it is rapid.
But as they step into Mr. Woods' private living room, they make an astonishing discovery.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow.
A collection of rare exotic taxidermy decorates the walls, which could fetch thousands of pounds at auction. The agents call in the auctioneer, who's here to value the assets of the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't expect that, did you?
No.
This is the stuff that we don't see.
No. Well, it's not stuff we see either.
But hearing the agents talking about his precious collection finally brings Mr. Woods out of his bedroom.
Well then, Tommy, all right. Have you got any plans on going anywhere after here? Are you staying here, or...?
I don't know, I'm going to honestly. My life's upside down because of somebody.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, yeah.
You tell me what I should do. What should I do?
No. I don't know.
It's gone.
Yeah. Take it you've been all over the world then?
She came with me.
Really?
What are you taking now? You got the stuff from downstairs. What else are you taking?
Kitchen, bar, table, chairs, glasses, everything, basically.
Down there. Yeah. So what are you doing up here?
All these will be going. Obviously, all the other taxidermists, it's in the office and downstairs and things like that. That's pretty much it, to be honest, Brendan.
Take me dog. I'll go pet dog if you want.
Did you try and... I mean, I know it's too late now, but, you know, it's just... I knew you were going to ask your mother and friends, etc., to try and help you.
I can get so much from this snow. Clearly enough, is it?
The auctioneer and the recovery team start the delicate task of removing Mr. Wood's taxidermy collection.
Hello there, you okay?
Minutes later, two of Mr. Woods' friends arrive.
Yeah, no problem at all. He's upstairs in the middle bedroom if you'd like to go and see him.
With the downstairs rooms completely cleared and the valuable taxidermy seized, the removal is almost complete. But before the agents go, Mr. Wood's friend wants to speak with Vic.
Hi. Don't want him to be here on his own tonight.
Yeah.
I think he's in a very bad state.
Yeah.
I think he's living in a world that he doesn't know, and he can't believe it's happening.
Of course, it's not a nice thing.
No, it's not a nice thing.
Mr. Wood's friends decide to stay. Satisfied that Mr. Woods is being looked after, the police leave the premises. After 11 hours, the job is complete, and Mr. Woods has lost almost everything.
I personally believe he gave up a long time ago. He obviously realized that there was no way for him to pay this debt. He was waiting for this day. He knew it was going to happen. I've learned in this job you can't take the cases personal. But obviously we're all human beings. I will definitely remember this case for a very long time. That's it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Over 40,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in the first half of 2016, totalling nearly £150 million. The average value now exceeds £3,500, and it's small businesses who've been hardest hit. After an emotionally draining case, Stuart and Vic are back on the road again, this time in Manchester.
Well, Vic, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy.
They're on their way to a garage to collect £2,000 owed to an unhappy customer dissatisfied with a faulty car.
Not a bad day to go visit a Top Gear Motors.
Top Gear Motors? So how much does this guy owe then?
£2,025.
The agents have arrived at the address on the writ.
That is it, mate.
But the company seems to have changed its name to Fast Fix Auto Service Centre.
Completely different name. We will go in.
But looks can be deceiving. Hopefully it's got a load of cars sat there with Top Gear Motors written all over it.
But then Stuart spots a sign outside.
There you go, mate. Top Gear Motors Auto Service Centre.
Top Gear Motors, yeah. You are 100% right, my friend. Let's do this.
With evidence the debtor company could still be trading at this address, the agents need to locate the director of the business, Mr. Saeed Waheed.
Hi guys, you alright? We're after Top Gear Motors. We're High Court enforcement agents. We're after Mr. Waheed, Saeed Waheed.
He's not Top Gear anymore.
Right, his signage says different.
Well, I don't know anything about it. I'm just a receptionist. This is a new company.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
This Top Gear is not here anymore.
But we can see signage that proves otherwise. Have you got council tax bill, business rates? Just to prove obviously this place is obviously trading under that name.
We need to change name.
About a month ago maybe.
Well, the process that we've got, guys, is that if you don't show us any proof, the goods will be removed.
Unless payment's made.
While Stuart gives the man some time to look for proof that the company has changed hands, he hunts for more evidence that the business is still trading as Top Gear Motors.
Hiya, mate, you alright?
Finding an open office, Stuart starts to investigate.
Top Gear, when was that done?
Top Gear Motors.
It was done 13 days ago.
And who's the defendant? Mr. S. Waheed. Issuer's name, Mr. Waheed.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
he's the MOT guy. I'll do it. Right. Let's go and explain this to our friend.
Me and Stuart as a team, we love playing detective because they'll tell you one story and after a 20-minute walk around you'll come back with a file that thick with all the evidence we need. And I love that part of the job. It makes me get out of bed.
The recent MOT certificate issued by Mr. Waheed on behalf of Top Gear Motors suggests that they are still trading from the address. The agents turn up the pressure.
You want to come inside and explain this paperwork? Right, you say that Mr. Waheed isn't here anymore?
No, he's not here.
No, right, okay. MOT certificate. Mr. S. Waheed, Top Gear Motors. Mr. S. Waheed, Top Gear Motors.
13 days
so
ago.
He's either not here or you're committing fraud by using an MOT certificate.
We're not frauding it. He's not here at the moment.
Right, he's not here at the moment?
No, he does.
You said he left. You said he left.
He left, but sometime he comes to do the MOTs here.
Right, with all due respect, sir, you must think I was born yesterday.
Despite the evidence, the man is still denying the garage is responsible for the debt. It will take all of Stuart and Vic's tenacity to get the £2,000 they came for. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Manchester, collecting a £2,000 debt owed by a garage.
We're after Top Gear Motors.
Well, I don't know anything about it. This is a new company.
Staff claimed Top Gear Motors were no longer trading on the premises, but Stuart found evidence to the contrary.
Top Gear Motors.
It was done 13 days ago.
But the man they met continued to insist the garage was being run by a new company.
No, he's not here.
No, right, okay. With all due respect, sir, you must think I was born yesterday.
Now, Stuart must make the man understand that he has enough evidence to collect the £2,000 debt here, today.
Okay. There's MOT certificates there that says that he's still here. He's obviously the MOT conductor for this site. So if we do remove goods from here today, they'll be removed under Top Gear Motors.
The agents have enough proof to show that Top Gear Motors are still trading here. Now, the man reveals that he knows about the debt, but he says he has nothing to do with the car, which led to the dispute.
Guys sent the letter to us and I replied them, we never sold you the car, we have nothing to do with you, we never sold the car, we never got a single penny out of you.
Despite the man's claims that the garage had nothing to do with the debt, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the writ here today.
We got a writ to execute it today, right? So either we're going to get that balance paid in full, or we're going to seize goods for 7 days. You can then go to court to prove that it doesn't belong to Top Gear Motors, but Top Gear Motors' name is on here.
And where is their company at the moment?
Here.
No, it's not here.
Let's stop going around the bush now. What's the address there?
Here.
Okay, is it here?
Yeah.
What's the name on top of it?
Top Gear Motors.
Top Gear Motors?
Yes.
What does it say on your writ?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Top Gear Motors.
Yeah. Cool down.
No, but I mean, we're going round in circles here,
Don't
mate.
raise your voice. Cool down.
So at the moment,
Going over and over the same thing.
At the moment,
Please,
sir.
if you come outside, yeah, we'll sort out. Come outside.
Yeah, no, it's fine, so I'll stay here until you get it sorted out,
Please
sir, because
come
I've got an
outside,
inventory
yeah.
to do.
Please come
I'll be
outside.
staying here. Until you get this payment sorted, I'll be staying here, and I'll also be doing inventory of goods.
The agents have been at the garage for half an hour. Then, suddenly, the man makes an extraordinary accusation.
I lost my £2,000 here. It was my £2,000 here.
Yeah.
Where's my £2,000 gone?
I don't know.
It was here.
No, it wasn't.
In the
sir.
till.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Yes, yes.
check the till.
Yeah. Why you took the look is empty now? It was £2,000.
Sadly, don't stop messing about and call me a liar, alright? So, I'm not going anywhere, alright? The fact of the matter is, I've got an inventory to do if you can't pay it. If you pay it, I'll go. Simple as that. We do see a cycle of tactics that defendants use to try and get out of paying the debt or even telling the truth. They'll go through the lies first, then it'll be the friendly approach, and then it'll be the emotional approach, and then it'll be the anger approach. We see it every day, and it's a common tactic that they use.
With no signs of payment, Stuart turns up the pressure again.
In 5 minutes, if payment isn't made, it goes up to how much, Vic?
£2,665.
We will be seizing goods. And I'll be disconnecting the computer.
Also,
and the
what
phones.
I'm saying is, if whatever money's paid today is held for 14 days.
We can go back, claim the money back here. We
Yeah.
can go back to the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, I'll give you the money. I'm arranging
Yeah.
the money.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. There you go, mate.
With the threat of his business assets being seized, the man now backs down and agrees to pay.
Defendants will throw all sorts of smoke screens at us to try and get away with paying a debt that's rightfully owed. But once they've realised they've used all their excuses, they then think, right, well, I need to get this sorted as quickly as possible, because the last thing they want is the business being affected.
You are not the first bailiff here. There are, I've done so many bailiffs here, but nothing like you.
I call enforcement, not a bailiff.
Arranging the money, okay? Don't have it with me now.
It's
yeah.
a cash.
Arrange it.
Cash.
Cash, yeah.
Have you not got a business card to pay on?
No money in the card.
Okay.
After claiming that Saeed Waheed, the director of Top Gear Motors, no longer had anything to do with the business, the man finally gets him on the phone.
Saqib is on the phone, yes. And you take the £1,000 over the phone, and I'm trying to bring the £1,000 cash, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Waheed agrees to pay half the debt on his debit card, and the man and his colleagues make up the balance in cash.
Is it 600? Yeah, I'm going to bring 400.
Okay, do let me count the 600 so long.
Yeah.
Here's the 1,000. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 53 pence. So we need 1,000 on the machine.
Yeah, let's suck it here.
Okay. Hello. Is it a debit card, sir? What's the last 4 numbers? Right, so I'll pass it back over to the gentleman, all right?
There you go, sir. So I'll leave you to go on the rest of your day, sir. Have a good day.
With payment in full, the case is finally closed.
Whoa. Another job well done, that one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You don't want to get your hair wet, do you?
No, I don't want to get a cold on top of a cold.
Gentleman behind the counter trying to pull wool over our eyes, saying that company's gone, but signage outside was first alarm bells, wasn't
Yeah. The thing is that we love business like that because they're actually things you can take, and they know it. Next time,
I said, come out! Call the fucking police!
Gary and Connor find themselves under attack.
Send police immediately, please.
They meet a family in meltdown.
Kids are crying.
they're both getting stressed.
And Stuart and Vic face a debtor in denial.
Just because you're bankrupt 14 years ago doesn't mean that you don't owe any money, full stop.
Is money really the be-all and end-all? Our new series, Rich House, Poor House, swaps two families from either side of the wealth divide to question what really makes us happy tomorrow at 9. And starting new next, if you had the chance to speak to a past lover, what would you say to them? Emotions run high in One Night with My Ex.